Hey everyone, good morning in Australia or good evening in America. I hope I don't have anything playing in the background. I always make that mistake. How is everyone going? It is a very, very early show. Um, I really thought more would have happened between when I last saw you yesterday and then today, but it's been fairly quiet. There's been a couple of, moments of excitement and then it sort of died again, and now they're sort of back again with a bit of excitement. No, they haven't found him yet, although I did hear someone say they got him, but I don't know if that was true or not. But I do have a press conference that we're going to watch for a minute. And while we get set up, give me a second, and then I'll turn on the camera and get everything going. I was hoping that because someone said over one of the streams, oh, he was captured. That's why I wanted to wait about 15 minutes to see if that was true, but it doesn't seem like that was true, or at least not confirmed. But I hope they do find him quickly. There was a couple of sightings last night. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, and then I have more from you about the uh, William Terrell. From yesterday, I have more information on those tapes and a lot more context. So we'll talk about that too. Let me get this set up, and then we'll watch this press conference. All right, it'll go for a little bit, and then we'll talk about some of the dirty details from today, if I can get it going. Oh, wait, I should say hi to everyone first. Hey, everyone in chat. Emily Narb, Marilyn Landers, Margaret. Hey, Margaret, good to see you. Hello from Michigan. I hope Michigan is treating you well today. I know today was first day back at school for a lot of kids, and they had a fun time. And, I hope the little ones were excited and not too nervous. I saw that on the Pittsburgh news that they all were heading back. So, Woos is here. Woos, I'm sorry to hear about your pet Molly, that she has to go back to the vet. That's terrible. And Marilyn Landis and Moonlight View. Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for being here. And Cams is here, and Laura G, and Petunia, and my friend Sherry was in here earlier too. All right, let's watch this thing, and then we'll talk more. We'll talk more, I promise. All right.
Good morning. My name is Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens. I'm the Deputy Commissioner of Operations with Pennsylvania State Police. Joining me today is District Attorney Deb Ryan and Chief County Detective David Sassa from the Chester County DA's office. As you know, on the morning of Thursday, August 31st, inmate Danelo Cavalcante escaped from the Chester County Prison. Since the day of the escape, there have been several credible sightings within an area I described to you yesterday within Pocopson Township. We had one additional sighting of Cavalcante last evening within that perimeter and conducted a multiple hours long search of the area, but were unable to locate him. Early this morning, we were notified by security at Longwood Gardens that they had trail camera photos taken on their property, which appear to be Cavalcante. This area is just south of the perimeter. Investigators quickly examined those photos, and we can confirm it is Cavalcante. The photos confirm that Cavalcante has not changed his appearance, but also that he has obtained a backpack, a duffel sling type pack, and a hooded sweatshirt. Cavalcante is depicted in the photo walking north at 8:21 p.m. and then back south through the same location at 9:33 p.m. Working with the District Attorney's Office, several steps were quickly taken, including shifting our perimeter in an attempt to contain him between the southern end of the established perimeter and an area south of Route 1. The district attorney and I had a lengthy conversation yesterday afternoon with the superintendents of a number of area school districts. We had assured them that if anything changed, we would promptly notify them. As promised, that notification occurred at approximately 5 a.m., resulting in a decision by the Unionville, Chadds Ford, and Kennett Consolidated School Districts to cancel classes for the day. We will continue to work with those districts to determine what will occur in coming days. A reverse 911 call was sent out to the residents within a 1.5 mile area of the camera that was located, and that occurred at 5:27 a.m. This was expanded to 3 miles at around 7 a.m. We had already requested and begun to mobilize resources from additional federal agencies last evening to include the FBI and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. People and equipment from those agencies is being mobilized and added to the search as we speak. We continue to ask for the public's help by familiarizing themselves with the photograph and the description of Cavalcante. We're also asking people in an expanded area from the Pocopson Township area south to be alert and to call us with anything suspicious. We ask them to please secure homes, outbuildings, and vehicles. Cavalcante has clearly already obtained some clothing and unknown other supplies, and we want to minimize any opportunity to obtain anything more. It is important we keep pressure on him as we continue this hunt. We're also asking residents and businesses anywhere in or near this area to check their home and business security cameras and call us with anything suspicious that they might observe. A tip line has been established and we can be reached at 717-562-2987. That was 717-562-2987. We remind everyone that a reward totaling up to $10,000 has been offered for information leading to the capture of Danelo Cavalcante. What I would also ask is that people consider signing up for the alerts here in Chester County, and it's they can sign up at readychesco.org, readychesco.org. And with that, we will be happy to take any questions that you might have at this time. Oh, and I'm sorry, just one second. If we could display the photos here. I can start with the question while he's getting those photos up.
Do you believe that he's now actually out of that 2-mile radius that you were initially looking at yesterday?
Yes, we believe he's just south of that radius, and that's why, again, we've shifted that perimeter now to include that area. What I can tell you is I think that what's occurred is that pressure that we've been putting on him is working. We squeezed him hard enough over a period of a few days, and he was not able to get any relief and managed to find a place to get out. Obviously, I wish we would have been able to capture him without him getting through that perimeter, but it is also not shocking. It's dark, it's a large area, and not to make excuses. I mean, it's just difficult terrain and things.
Is this area more remote or is it more open?
No, actually, I think this is a little more open. I'm encouraged by the fact that he's there. The other thing I'm encouraged by is that we realized within just a few hours where he was, and so he's not had a tremendous amount of time to move a long distance. And so again, it gives us another opportunity to now try and squeeze him within that perimeter.
Do you think he walked across Baltimore Pike? How do you think? I mean, are you looking at the possibility that he crossed that busy?
Oh, we're certainly looking into that possibility. Again, where he was spotted, he was not across Baltimore Pike there, but obviously we consider anything, and the perimeter has expanded south of Route 1 as well.
Is this trail camera monitored either by law enforcement or by Longwood 24/7?
No, it was a private camera, and an individual checked it and notified us promptly.
It's not, it's not a Longwood Gardens camera?
It's my understanding that they allow some others to put cameras on their property, and that individual provided the information.
Any idea how he got the supplies? Were these a result of burglaries?
I can't confirm at this point where he got those supplies. Again, obviously, picked them up somewhere along the way. So obviously he got into a structure, a car, something, and obtained some clothing. In fact, we have the pictures up here now. You can see from this picture, he's got a sling type duffel bag. You can also see shoulder straps in another photo here that you'll see in just a minute. He's got a backpack on his back as well. So he's got 2 packs. He also, in another picture, you'll see he's obtained a hooded sweatshirt. If we can. And so what I would tell you is that, I mentioned that there were 2 different times. So what we believe happened is he walked into that area, was likely not well oriented, headed north, probably ran into the perimeter, realized he couldn't go that way, and turned the opposite direction and came back through the camera a second time. So this is when, with the pack on and the hoodie, he's headed north actually here. And then about roughly an hour later, is coming back south without the hoodie on.
That photo is from when? 9:30?
So it's, let me get the time here. It was, yeah, the time is an hour off. That's depicted on the camera. I'm sorry, give me just a minute to find my times here.
It's 9:30 and 10:30.
I'll get that for you here in just a minute, but it was about an hour apart. It was roughly
We've heard
8:20 and 9:30.
We've heard 10:30 for the shirt off.
I understand that. Again, the time stamp on the photo should be the time stamp is an hour off. It's actually 9:30 and the other one was 8:30 or thereabouts. 9:33 is the one, 8:21 was the first one. So he's headed north at 8:21. It says 9:21, and then he's headed south at 9:33.
Are you widening the perimeter or moving it south? How would you describe it?
We're expanding the perimeter, but we're also eliminating the northern end of that perimeter. So the community that was surrounded by that won't be surrounded by it now. So if you went to the southern end of what we had established previously as a perimeter and go south from there, down and across Baltimore Pike, that would be the current area.
Is this making a mistake then, or is this just another successful attempt of invading authorities at this point?
Oh, I think he's absolutely succumbing to the pressure, and yes, he's trying to escape, and that's what he managed to do. He found a point that he could squeeze through that perimeter, and he traveled south. We'll now expand that perimeter and move it so that we can try and encapsulate him again, and we're already actively searching those areas.
In 6 days, I mean, do we know anything more about his background? Does he have any survival skills? I mean, he's been foraging, clearly he's been stealing stuff. What can you tell the public? I mean, this guy's clearly cunning, and he's been able to evade you guys for 6 days now.
We're not aware of any formal training in terms of survival skills. You're dealing with someone who's desperate and who doesn't want to be caught. And so if he can find something, some clothing, if he can find some shelter, if he can find some food, he is going to take advantage of whatever he finds. And that's why, again, we pressure him to not allow him the luxury of rest. And then we're asking the public to help us by making sure things are secure so that we can minimize his opportunities to obtain those things that he doesn't otherwise have. He doesn't have, to our knowledge, he doesn't have caches out there or any supplies that he can go to and obtain, as we've seen in some other searches we've done. That's not the case here. I believe this was just an opportunity that he took to get out of the jail. And once out, he's now winging it. And so he does what he has to do to try and avoid escape or try to avoid capture.
From his mother to convince him to turn himself back in?
We have not since yesterday, and we'll have to evaluate whether we think that will be effective going forward.
Longwood Gardens is closed today. Are you going to be searching Longwood Gardens?
Longwood Gardens is closed, and we will be in that area, not only Longwood Gardens, but the entire area. We will be pushing through.
He could walk to Delaware today if he was able to walk that far. Are you coordinating with officials in Delaware?
We are.
And does that change anything if he crosses the state line?
It really doesn't. There's a federal warrant that the marshals have obtained for him. That's against federal warrant, so it covers us regardless of where he goes.
You would still be
At this point, I don't believe he has made it to Delaware. I believe he's still well into Pennsylvania, and we're going to act on that and continue to pressure him. But at the same time, we always look at options. Even while we were looking at that perimeter, as I said to you yesterday, we follow up on any tip. We don't discount anything, and certainly that's why in this case it was a really solid tip. But we've had lots of others. We follow up on those as well, and on the chance that he has managed to get out of that area. And certainly, even prior to this, we had already been coordinating with Delaware.
What's the latest on the investigation into how he was actually able to get out of prison? Is there any clarity on what happened?
My understanding is there's not going to be anything released on that right away. I think the investigation is still ongoing. I can tell you that there have been many interviews done, and both in an effort to investigate the escape, but also to assist us in looking at any plans, any contacts he may have had on the outside, that kind of thing. So that all factors into it. And unless the district attorney has something else to add, I would just say that we're not in a position to start releasing anything on that
What's
yet.
the situation at the prison now? Are the inmates still on lockdown? Are there transports going in and out of there?
I can't answer that.
With the search, you all have been saying that it's a heavily wooded area. Can you describe to the public what that means with your terrain? Because some people are saying, oh, why haven't you caught them yet? It's been 6 days. Where are the dogs? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Describe what it's like out there.
What I would describe to you, again, you've heard me refer to other searches. I mean, the terrain here, while one would think, okay, we're not in the middle of a national forest or something else. What you have, though, are significant parcels of wooded area with a lot of undergrowth, so thick that our searchers can't be more than a couple of yards apart, or they at times lose sight of one another. It's so thick that they have to hack their way through or go around and try and make sure that they've still covered that area, because they just, you can't walk through it. That's certainly not everywhere, but there are large patches of that kind of undergrowth in the woods. Additionally, one of the challenges that you have here that you don't have out in a larger forest is you've got people with large yards, parcels of land, multiple acres with outbuildings and, shrubbery, landscaping, all kinds of things, sheds that afford an opportunity to hide. Again, none of it insurmountable, but it makes for additional challenges when you're searching those areas. There are a lot of places that someone can hide. And again, you would think, we're in a closer to an urban area here, there wouldn't be all of these forests. There are. And
what's the long-term game plan here? I mean, it's been 6 days. If this goes into a 7th, 8th, goes into next week or a month, I mean, are you going to start scaling down resources or just keep throwing?
The long-term game plan is, as long as we believe we're being effective, and I do believe, we will continue with this search. We will continue a hard search, and we'll capture them. We've had searches that have gone well in excess of a month. We've kept the pressure on. He's a bad guy. He needs to be in custody, and we're determined to capture him. So as long as we have the ability to identify areas that are suitable for us to be searching, we will continue to do that. And again, I'm confident that in the long run, he will be captured.
You mentioned the hooded sweatshirt. What's the current description? Do you have a clothing description?
I don't have a color or anything on that sweatshirt yet at this point. We're still analyzing some things. One of the challenges is with a picture like this, it's night vision or infrared. And so colors don't translate easily. We're having some people take a look at it and see if we can make a determination from it, but I don't have a color or anything to provide you at this point.
How did it come about that state police started leading the investigation, and moving forward, could that potentially change if this goes on longer?
Well, as I said, that was a decision that was made in conjunction with the district attorney's office. We looked at where that search area had expanded to, the types of resources and things that needed to be brought in. And so we've done these, and it seemed to be a natural progression. And again, nothing changed in terms of our working relationship. We've worked well with the DA's office. That continues. They're an integral part of this investigation. And I anticipate that state police will continue in the lead. Again, we'll have to assess that, but we've got our federal partners in here as well, and we're already coordinating with adjacent states. So, I think we're doing everything we can to ensure that we contain him as best we can until we capture him, and to have a contingency in place should he squeeze through again.
Did you guys do a push inward yesterday from the perimeter? Was that
Yes.
technique to kind of push inward?
There was a push that was done because of an additional sighting. We were pushing through there anyway in different parts of the perimeter, but there was specifically a push that was done in response to a sighting from within the perimeter, and that continued on for several hours last evening and well into the evening.
Walk, just everyone's moving towards the center to close the perimeter to make it smaller?
No, the perimeter stays intact, and we move additional people inside there, typically tactical team members, and we utilize them to come to push through and push toward the perimeter.
Just to clarify, so the FBI and Customs have just now joined, or have they been part of this to begin with? And to clarify, are all schools in the area closed now?
The FBI and Customs have been part of this from the standpoint that we have been working with them on some analysis and planning some other resources. They are sending some tactical teams and some equipment to join the search effective today. And I'm sorry, the other question was about the schools.
Yeah, are they all closed or just?
No, those two districts that I mentioned.
What's the number of personnel on the ground?
You know, I couldn't give you a firm count. I would have to estimate 200 or 250. It may be a little higher. And keep in mind, that's at any point in time. This is a 24-hour operation, so we're cycling people in and out.
Do you have any idea how many calls, how many tips you all have received? Is it in the hundreds, dozens?
Probably somewhere in excess of 100.
You mentioned the new search area is a little bit more open than remote. Does this change any search methods going forward?
It doesn't change the methods. It changes the effectiveness of some of the technology. Some of it obviously is we're better served by it in some of the more open areas, but it really doesn't change the fact that our path forward here is to keep pressure on him and to search those areas, whether using technology, whether physically searching it, sweeping through. Even in the more open areas, you still have, again, a lot of places to hide. Homes, businesses, outbuildings, and on, that all present an opportunity for him and a challenge for us. But again, I'm confident that he will slip up. He did here. He walked into a trail cam, didn't know it. He'll slip up. We're making him move, and that's a good thing.
So you said one additional sighting yesterday. Does that mean 5 credible sightings now?
Yes, plus the trail cam.
Okay.
So the 5th would have been within the perimeter, and then now the trail cam just to the south of that old perimeter. Excuse me.
What do you say to the community now with these credible sightings? People out there, posting on social media, they're afraid. What do you say to them to make them feel reassured in your efforts to find him?
I do understand and empathize with their concern. As a parent, I would be concerned for my children's safety, grandchildren's safety as well. So I understand that. What I would tell them is, again, we're asking them to be alert, to just take, I don't know that there's such a thing as ordinary precautions, but use some common sense. We're not trying to lock people down. At the same time, they should use some caution. They should be observant as to what's going on around their home and their yard, that kind of thing. As I've mentioned, we're asking them to lock their vehicles. If they don't ordinarily do that, or ordinarily they would run in for a few minutes into the house and not lock their car, please lock the car and pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your neighbors. Anything that's unusual there, in the event they're not home, perhaps we can get a call and end this quicker. But really, it's vigilance that we're looking for from people right now. He's clearly in escape mode, but he's desperate. So his history is that he's a dangerous individual. And I know that sounds contradictory. Well, he's dangerous, and I'm not saying locked down. If we identify that he's in a very specific area, my recommendation then would be stay in your homes. And we will message the people if we truly have him locked down into a very small area, much like we used reverse 911 this morning. We have the ability to do that. We can use the Chesco alerts. We'll get word to people if we need them to take more decisive action. For right now, again, being alert and talking to us. Check your security cameras. Provide us any information that you think might be helpful.
So the people in Kennett Square around Longwood Gardens, they're still encouraged, like you said, to remain vigilant, but not to lock down?
Correct. I would be, if I were staying home and my home was in there, even while I was in the house, I would have my doors locked. But I wouldn't feel like I was a prisoner in my home. If I need to go to the store, I'm going to go out, get in my car, and go to the store. That's what I mean, I guess, when I say take some precautions, but at the same time, we're not asking people to stay as prisoners in their own homes.
Just really quickly, I know that initially there was concerns that he had some contacts with family in the Phoenixville area. they've been consulted? Is there any dialogue there? Any chance of making contact with any of them?
At this point, any interviews or anything else that we would have done will remain confidential at this point. I wouldn't want to disclose, but rest assured that any family, friends, associates, contacts, even from jail, we have run all of those things out, and we continue to run those out, looking for anything that might be helpful. Okay. All right. I believe we'll be sending these photos out. We'll make them available to you electronically if you would like those.
There you go. Update from police. That was about 10 hours ago, something like that. Happened just before I went to bed last night. Top Secret 2 says, small dude. He is quite small. 5 foot, 120 pounds. He's, probably very easy to miss. I think people are probably looking for, a much taller guy, but he'd be very easy to hide in the undergrowth, and, it's going to be a bit of a hard job for the police. Hold on, let me get the camera. Hey guys, how are you? I'm here. I promise you, I'm alive. Starting to feel a bit better from my illness that I had last week. Each day is getting a bit better, so that's good. Kaza, it's good to see you here for once. I know I always see you in the comments, but it's really nice to have you in the live chat. And she says, must be really scary for the neighborhood. Can you imagine him going through your fridge? That must have been so frightening. Yeah, there was a guy yesterday who said that he got into his home, stole like fresh fruit and a bunch of other things, and took off out of the home. That's maybe where he got the backpack from. But he's going to be looking for fresh water and any type of food he can get his hands on, and probably somewhere he can hide. Old cabins, even outhouses, things like that. Possibly even caves. I've heard of these escapees trying to hide in like natural caves because they think the police won't track them or get in there. And so we had people on the run a couple of years ago. I don't know if you all remember, they had that couple that was on the run, and they ended up being shot by police at the end. It was a big car chase, and then they got shot. So I don't know if something like that's going to happen this time, but I suspect that they will eventually get him. They're going to keep tightening the noose on this, and then he's going to get done. I just wanted to show you this. This is from someone called Earl, and the Twitter name is iPod 3094. So share this. It's really interesting, really cool. I'll show you. Yeah, that's probably one of the most interesting videos I've seen. That is a message recorded by his mom, and it's basically asking him to, surrender peacefully and come back and don't hurt anyone. I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know fully what it says, but that was the description I read. That it just basically tells him, come back alive, don't do anything silly, and give yourself up. I thought that was an awesome video. That was from someone called Earl, iPod 3094. Really cool video. If you want to watch that, I will put it in the chat. if you'd like to keep that for your records, and give Earl some love, maybe a like or share or something, since I pinched his video. There you go, it's in the chat. Reason says, where is Dog the Bounty Hunter? Probably in Hawaii, doing something, chasing meth smokers or something, whatever he does. I don't know, he inserted himself into the Gabby Petito thing a couple of years ago, and since then, I haven't seen a lot from him. So, hey, Emily Narb. Emily says, I'm cooking and listening. Okay, what are you making for dinner? You have to tell us now. You can't make us hungry and then not tell us what's going on. All right, give me 1 second. I will give you some more information for people who are only just joining the hunt, the manhunt. So it says here, the manhunt for Danelo Cavalcante has communities in southeastern Pennsylvania on high alert. Has shifted after the escaped murderer was spotted just south of the original search area, state police said Tuesday. Cavalcante escaped from Chester County Prison on Thursday morning, and authorities began scouring a heavily wooded area in Percopson Township and Chester County within 2 miles of the prison, a rural area around 30 miles west of Philadelphia. Law enforcement has now expanded that perimeter of the search area after sightings on a security camera Monday evening recorded Cavalcante at a popular botanical gardens that is almost 3 miles away from the correctional facility. And this is from the search. This is from the press conference we just listened to. It says, "We believe he is just south of that radius, and that's why again we've shifted the perimeter now to include that area." Cavalcante was spotted by a security camera Monday at Longwood Gardens at 8:21 p.m. He was walking north and was sighted again at 9:33 p.m., this time heading back south. So he seems to be following some sort of route. While Cavalcante's appearance remains unchanged, Bivens said he had obtained some items, including a backpack, a duffel sling-style pack, and a hooded sweatshirt. Cavalcante is described as 5 foot, 120-pound man with light skin, shaggy black hair, and brown eyes. Longwood Gardens boasts over 200 acres of lush, formal gardens, open meadows, and winding paths. The attraction was closed Tuesday as police searched the property and surrounding area, where the air feels much hotter than the low 90s on the thermometer. It says Cavalcante, 34, was convicted of first-degree murder on August 16th in the killings of his former girlfriend, 33-year-old Deborah Brendana. In 2021, he was sentenced to life without parole. There had been 5 credible sightings of Cavalcante within the previous search radius, Bivens said. They're saying he's just south of the radius, and we have shifted the perimeter. Police are eliminating the northern end of the previous perimeter and shifting the search area south of Route 1. Now, there was some flurry of activity about 20-30 minutes ago, but I'm not sure if that actually ended up being anything. I'm just going to check for you. Just wanted to make sure we're not on here and everyone's like, he's caught, we found him. And I'm just sitting here going, let's read the article from 3 hours ago. Oh, okay. So someone is keeping a Google Maps up to date. Let's have a look of the search area. Oh, that's very interesting. Whoever posted that, thank you. I hope I can share this with you. Have a look at this. It shows you the different sightings and visual footprints, and shows you the different areas, search areas. It's really very interesting. I don't know the area well enough, but you can see they were really concentrating on that river area. So maybe they thought he was going to follow the river at one point and try and get to somewhere else, because it's the lowest lying ground. Up here looks like it's quite, elevated at some points. So they try to search for the flattest area. And then over here, very interesting. They're saying this is the visual, green is visual, and red is long trail cam. Ah, very cool. I don't know what else to do with this. Can we click on anything? Oh, we can. 11 more, sighting search. Okay, cool. So that's a more up-to-date, map of the situation. Oh, no reason. Did Nightbot get you? I'm gonna have to smack him. I'm sorry about that. He's very naughty. It's because he only just got installed on this channel, so he's hasn't been trained as normal. Let's see what you guys have to say. Hey Gizmo, how are you? Good to see you. How many sightings? I think there's been 5 credible sightings, and there's been a bunch. There's been a bunch of like unconfirmed sightings too. So 5 that they were able to verify, which is it's like averages to almost 1 a day, which is not that much in a 6-day sort of area. It's not that good, is it? Let me have a look. I just want to see if we have any other information. I really think it's weird. I really thought I was going to wake up and there was going to be like articles and he's caught and we finally cornered him and he came out because he wanted a Big Mac and he was starving. But no, it's not been like that. So I'm not sure what these people are saying. They're basically saying that, yeah, people are saying it's sort of gone quiet for now. Even the air traffic sort of come down, and it's not as busy as it was about a few hours ago. A few hours ago, there was a lot of traffic and a lot of lights and cars, and so maybe they're sort of winding down for the night and sort of just keeping a perimeter overnight, and then they'll be back tomorrow to try and smoke him out, as they say. So we'll move on from that for tonight. And yeah, sorry, I thought we would have it all tied up and we'd be able to have a good live stream. It doesn't always work that way. I do have something else I want to talk to you about, and it's this. We spoke about this yesterday. William Terrell, foster parents are in court over assault charges on an 11-year-old girl that was in their care. Now, I read some of the tapes out yesterday, and this gives a little bit more context. It says here, the distressing audio tape that the foster mother known as SD telling the girl to go and get the wooden spoon, followed by a crack when the girl is hit. Afterwards, the couple can be heard in subsequent phone calls with the foster mother telling the foster father they had a problem because the assault had left a welt. The audio was played in Parramatta Local Court on Tuesday afternoon. That was yesterday in Australia. It says here, Terrell's foster mother can be heard hitting the girl before the girl then issues an anguished series of wails of "help me." SD then tells the girl to shut up. The foster mother wept and embraced the foster father during the playing of the 30-minute recording, which stemmed from a late-night confrontation between the girl and the foster parents after some of the child's clothes and toys had been taken away. The assault, which the foster mother has pleaded guilty, happened on January 26, 2021. The recording was made after SD complained that the girl had lost $120 worth of clothes and that she owned over $1,000 of toys. When do you tell children like that type of thing? I never understand that. They don't understand money. Kids don't really understand money like adults do. So it says here, SD later told a friend she cleared out the girl's room, tipped out her toys, and reduced her to a few pairs of clothes, telling the friend, I feel awful, but I have to do it. I have to break her. What is she, a wild horse? You don't have to break her. What is this? In the tape, at the side of the cleared room, the girl sobs and first cries out that the couple, you've ruined everything, you've taken everything, and I don't know where it is. Then she says, help me, help please, I need some help. I need some help. I need some help. Please, I need some help. As she's, obviously very distressed. She then breaks into a long, loud, anguished sobbing and screams, please help me. You are not allowed to do that to me. I need help. I need help. I need help. I need help. I just need help. I just need some help. I just need some help. For a child to say that, it's concerning, very concerning. On the tape recording, the girl can be heard moving and saying, I have the iPad upstairs, I'm calling. I guess she means I'm calling the police. Movement can be heard, then the girl's anguished screams, sobbing, and the foster mother saying, get up, away from the screen. telling her to move her hands before the moment she is then struck with a wooden spoon. The girl then erupts into a series of 9 long, drawn-out utterances of no. It was at this point, listening in the courtroom, that the foster mother broke down and cried, and her barrister requested a short break, which the magistrate granted. In a subsequent audio recording, the foster mother tells the girl that if she hears one more sound out of her that evening, that SD will be going up to the girl's room and removing her meal. You seem to think that you can control me, that you can control the situation. You can't, and you never will. In a subsequent phone call, SD tells the foster father that following the wooden spoon incident, which left a welt, the girl had locked her out of the house. JS replies, "We have a problem, we big problem," to which SD replies, "We have a massive problem." In a later recording, SD also tells the girl that just because you can't stand up for yourself at school doesn't mean the 11-year-old can push SD around. Just because you can't stand up for yourself. I don't know how that works, but okay. Multiple disturbing recordings have been played in court of the 11-year-old girl screaming and sobbing inconsolably as William Terrell's foster parents yell and berate her. So apparently on Tuesday, the court was played 15 recordings from cars and the home in which the missing boy's foster parents have heated exchanges with the schoolgirl, and that the foster mother has pleaded guilty to assaulting. In one audio recording, an enraged foster father screams at the girl in a car. We played that yesterday, but this topic gave a lot more context. Guys, give me 1 second. My cat. I'm going to kill her. Sorry, my cat is mental. She likes to pull stuff down when she's upset that I won't give her more biscuits. And she's on a diet right now, so. Hey, Diamond Heart. How are you? Good to see you. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Yeah, everyone's here. Hey, everyone. Laura G says, "Can I hit them with a wooden object? I am considering a cricket bat." I know, it's really distressing, some of the information coming out about those. Look, I know little kids can be like naughty and things like that, but yeah. Dark now, yeah. Let me see what you guys have to say. What did she say she was having? I missed that because I was reading. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, Gizmo, I've not been online today, so I don't know anything. Oh, well, you didn't miss much, to be honest. Hey, PB&J, how are you? Yep, good to see everyone. We'll continue. Yeah, I just wonder how did they deal with William? That's if they're dealing with this girl like this, how did they deal with a hyperactive little boy? And me, I was a hyperactive little boy when I was young, and I can just see it being worse than this, you know. They obviously had control issues where, you know, they didn't know how to parent. I'm not going to say parent correctly, but they just didn't know how to, solve these issues without violence or threats. And I know it happens in every household, but actually hitting her and leaving marks, that's probably where the step too far is, you know. If she's saying stuff like this, like screaming out for help in her own home, that's something you should pay attention to. And then later on, they say that the girl was so concerned she was telling friends at school about what was happening at home. And then they berated her about that too. It's like you're putting adult problems onto a child. A child doesn't know why they can't tell their friend that. That's an adult thing. And that means you're not doing a good enough job. It means you're not supporting her enough to feel like she can come to you. She's scared of you, obviously, because she's not coming to you with those problems. And look, teenage girl relationships with mum or stepmom or foster mum, whatever, will always be contentious. But, I just don't believe it should have been dealt with the way they dealt with it. That's my personal opinion. I'm not telling anyone how to parent their own kids, but, I just don't think it's right. Yeah, PB&J, it doesn't like when you add a bunch of emojis. I will change it when I can get back into it, but for now, just don't add multiple emojis into the one message. I don't know why it's set like that. So I will change it eventually, but I have to get back in there. All right, let me get you a better link and a better thing. Sherry's still here. Oh, but multitasking? Okay, well, you keep multitasking. It's just because she likes to use a lot of emojis. It just the base setting for Nightbot, it has like an auto moderation mode, and when that is left on, it does dumb stuff like that. So I will solve it. Guys, give me 1 second. You guys are getting the bonus early show today, and then when I'm finished, you all will be able to head off and see Trish and Insightful One. They are going to have an action-packed show for you tonight, I promise. Actually, I just heard something beep in my ear. Let me just check something. I just heard something go ding. I've got my headphones right here. Let me just check what that was. Hey, Complex just subscribed to you. Hey, Complex. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Oh, it's my friend. Mary L. Mary L. sent in a PayPal donation. Mary, thank you so much. I didn't see you in the chat. Are you just hanging around listening? If you are, thank you, my dear. It really means a lot. I'm trying to get this channel going, and I would like to thank all the subscribers. I've had a bunch in like the last 24 hours. I've had like 30 or 40 subs added. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. We will get there eventually to the numbers we'd like, and I'll keep producing shows for you. So, all right, let's have another look at this. Yeah, so we read this yesterday, most of this about William Terrell. I don't know where this goes from here. If this was the cops' end game, was to apply this pressure to both foster parents, what's next? Because I don't get it. They obviously haven't snapped and confessed whatever they have to confess. They've just kind of taken one challenge at a time and, fought the battles as they come. I haven't seen them be like, oh my God, I really did cover up William's death and I'm so sorry and why did this all happen? And nothing like that. And I just don't know what's next to try and find William or find out what happened to him at least. The cops have a theory, but theories are only so good on paper. You really need hard evidence. So I am a little, I'm sure someone in the Web Sleuth thread will know, probably have an idea of what they're going to do next. But for me, I don't. If you have any ideas about the William Terrell investigation, leave a comment because I'm very interested to hear because I don't really I don't get where they go from here. They've tried the whole pressure thing. They've tried the searching the property and digging it up for 2 months and didn't find anything. No remains, no clothing. So yeah, thank you, Moonlight View. She says, check to make sure you are subscribed. Yes, thank you. That would help a lot. It is much appreciated. Yeah, PB&J, I will fix it, I promise. He's a naughty bot. I just have to get back into the account because we have two accounts, one for Trish and one for me. And if I log out of Trish's one, it means I can't get back in. So I don't like going into my one as much because it means I have to contact Trish, get it to authorize me to come back in, and it's a bit of a hassle. But because it's starting to block people and block people's messages, I will definitely get onto that. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a problem, but thank you for letting me know. I will. I'll try and steal some of Trisha's time and get that done. Okay. I wanted to show you something from Australia, and it was pretty brutal. I'll show you what's happening down here. It's really interesting. Here. You know what this is? It's arson. And this has been happening all over Melbourne. So it says Oakley Fire, Station Street shop near tobacconist set alight in string of suspicious blazes. This has been happening on and off for like, I don't know, a few months. And every time it's like another tobacconist and another store next door. And we can probably watch the CCTV. This is one of the suspicious fires, and these were sort of some sort of argument broke out, and then later on, I'll show you. That's boring. And then this happens. Hold on, we'll go back. There. You see them here. Got a bit of a jerry can, dumping a bunch of petrol. And then it all goes woof and goes up in flames. And this is just one. This looks like a little convenience store. And then you go, look at that. Look how quickly it went up. And that's someone's livelihood gone. Camera melted, no more video. Yep, and all the smoke covered it. That's it. No more store. That was in Collingwood a while back, but then again last night, police and fire crews were called to Station Street to find a two-story building damaged by fire about 3:25 a.m. That was about 7 hours ago. A crime scene was set up, and an accounting firm and tobacconist shop fronts as... Oh, sorry, it says a crime scene was set up around an accounting firm and tobacconist shop fronts as detectives investigate the cause of the blaze. While an accelerant and a match, probably, or a lighter. It appears the tobacco shop escaped any serious damage. The reason they're really interested in the tobacconist is there's some sort of underworld sort of, you know, standover kind of tactics going on where if you open up a tobacconist and you're on someone else's like turf, they're coming for you and you either have to pay them money or they want your business. And it's happened a bunch of times over in Melbourne recently. And it got so bad that the local councils who normally deal with some licensing and investigations, they've gone to the police and said, we are under-equipped to deal with something of this magnitude that deals with organized crime. And so they're sort of behind the eight ball on trying to deal with all this because it seems like these people have got in under the radar for long enough to kind of, you know, bring up a whole bunch of stores without anyone noticing. It's a really interesting thing. It used to be what do they call it? Tattoo shops. You know, like when you get a tattoo, a lot of them are run by bikies, and they used to get firebombed like every 2 weeks. Someone would throw a Molotov cocktail through the window, and goodbye goodbye tattoo studio, all gone. So, hey Nana Lana, how's it going? Oh, Marielle, you are in the chat. Hey, my dear, good to see you. Thank you for the donation. I very much appreciate it. It's means a lot to me. Thank you. I'll put you up on here. Yeah, Moonlight's here. I forced her into work for me as a moderator slave. No, I didn't do that. Flashover, it happens so fast, especially with accelerants. Yeah, you saw that. He lit it and it went bang. I don't know if you guys saw there was another one a week or so ago where the guy tried to set it on fire and he actually ended up killing him and his friend. They were in the wrong place and they tried to light it. I think they must have had clothing that had petrol on it and they both died from lighting the fire. So not very clever criminals. You know, it tends to be, what do they call it? Darwin, like the Darwin Awards, where people die in stupid ways. I'll see if I can find that. Hold on. Maybe this was it. Let's have a look. No. No, that's not it. Alright, I can't seem to find it. It was interesting though. I would have liked to have shown you. Oh, here was actually another one. See, arson seems to be the method that they're trying to use right now. Here, we can watch this. Share this. Alright, you can stop listening to me and listen to this nice lady from Channel 9.
To set fire to a vacant shop on Brisbane's south side. Let's go live to Lily Greer at Balmoral. Lily, the firebugs, they were caught on camera.
You're right, Melissa. Pretty much their every move was captured on security camera. You can see the two masked men make their way around the side of the vacant property. They smash their way in through a side window. One of them makes their way inside, and you can see them douse the whole area in what appears to be petrol from a jerry can, almost slipping over in the process. Once they've done that, they're out of there pretty quickly, and once both men are outside, you can see a flash of white light, and then before you know it, this building is up in flames. It all came as a real shock to the people who live right next door.
It happened around 3:30 in the morning. We heard the broken glass and then a big gush of fire.
You can see on camera the two men flee the scene. Police are tonight looking at whether this latest blaze has any potential links to an alleged arson that happened at this same property back in June. Two men were arrested over that matter. As for the two that police are tonight hunting over this incident, well, police want anyone with information to come forward to help with the investigation. This building is going to require some pretty extensive clean-up, Melissa. Repairs that are tonight very much underway.
Thanks, Lily.
As you can see, they almost put themselves up in flames doing that. So this is a problem all across Australia, unfortunately. These gangs and underworld figures think that, lighting their adversary's shop on fire is the new vogue of standover man tactics, I guess. Or insurance jobs. I guess if they want to get out of it and, they don't want to take the loss, they set it on fire and say, hey, someone burnt down my shop. It wasn't me. And you should pay my insurance out for it. I'll take the 200 grand check. So I did see a little bit of interesting information on Cavalcante. This popped up on my feed. It says, attention anyone in Chad's Fort, Birmingham and Pocopson area along Creek Road 926 and Route 1. Law enforcement will be closing off that area to search for Danelo. They're searching along the Brandywine Creek and surrounding area. So that was from Jackie Gonzalez. Apparently she was a host on QVC and a 20-year radio host. Really cool. I like that. She might know Laurie from QVC. So that was the area that they were explaining that they're now closing off. Maybe they're starting to get a bit of a scent of where he is. Maybe by morning we'll have a better update on where he's hiding out. That'd be nice. I'd like to see him captured. On the news, I was watching a Pittsburgh news station last night. They were saying the officers involved have every right to shoot him. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, apparently the rules are the same as if he escaped a prison. Not he did escape a prison, but I mean when he escaped a prison. Apparently they can shoot him. Like lethal force is authorized. If they see him and he doesn't comply, they are okay to open fire on him. I find that very interesting. I didn't know that. I thought they would have to try and bring him in to fulfill his sentence, but apparently he's a fugitive and you can shoot. So, all right, what time is it, my friends? I don't want you guys to 10 past 11. All right, we might do one more One more, and then I'll let you go and get ready for Trish. Let's look up if there's anything on our friend Erin Patterson and the mushroom murders. There's really been not a lot, eh? The last article, actually, this was really interesting. I found this and I posted it on Twitter, but it says here, ex-friend of Erin Patterson spills new details of Mushroom Cook's very secretive life. This is a photo of her when she was much younger. Here, you guys can see. And when she was a little younger, she looks completely different. And it says here, so that photo was taken more than a decade ago. But it says down here, where is it? Apparently she was Lego obsessed, but she was a true crime fan. And she had been in a group of true crime people on Facebook, probably. I mean, true crime's pretty big and a lot of people like it, but maybe that means she has some knowledge on crimes or how to commit crimes or get away with crimes. I'm not suggesting anything, I'm just wondering. But it's very interesting. So, Insightful One says they can shoot them while they're trying to escape. So that makes sense. Yeah, I was surprised by that. I didn't know. I knew they could shoot them when they're trying to escape from a prison. I just didn't realize that continues once they're out. Kaza T says, I've enjoyed tonight. Glad I couldn't sleep. Hope to see you here again. I hope we have more information next time. I was really expecting to have a lot bigger of a story to go with you for today, but that's okay. The more we build live shows, the more stuff we can do. So, yeah, so that was a little tidbit. I don't think there's much in this article really. Just that she was a very private person. I mean, a lot of people are private people. That doesn't mean anything. And it says here, yeah, it still says the police have labeled the deaths as suspicious and are treating Miss Patterson as the only person of interest in their investigation. That's it. There's really been nothing else. If I search it again, that was the last article any paper printed. And that was 2 days ago. There's really been not a lot about her. I guess they're waiting for the police to make a move now, which hopefully we will get something. Oh, there's something on Sky News. What does it say? Here, it says, Erin Patterson's friend once bragged to friends about being good at detail. Sorry. It says, Erin Patterson once bragged to friends about being good at details and loved crime fiction. So it says here, former online friends of Erin Patterson have revealed details about the reclusive mother of two, calling her very smart and revealing she likes true crime novels. So, she played very dumb in her interviews with TV cameras and that. So maybe she's a lot smarter than we're giving her credit for. Yeah, in a leaked Facebook message, Miss Patterson allegedly told one of her online friends about being good at details. I'm very good at details, and that's why I'm good at proofreading, she said. I've been editing the community magazine for 2 years now, and I have to bring together articles by illiterate Fs and turn them into something legible. So I can't believe she would mistake something and then put it in food if she's so good at details. Not a slip up I think she'd make. Diamond Heart, Ping the King. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Laurie G. PSP didn't shoot the fugitives that killed one of their troopers and seriously injured another several years ago. I think they want to catch him alive. Well, that's what I thought. I thought they'd want them to serve their sentence, right? To the community and maybe even ship him back to Portugal to serve time for the other murder if he lives that long. So, yeah, I don't know if they will shoot him unless he's causing, harm to someone or has a gun, weapon or something. So, oh, Laurie Go Cowboys. Hey, Laurie Go Cowboys. I remember that, Laura. I think that was in PA also. Was that the one where it was like that lady who loved the police officer and then they did something and then they went on the run? That was a while ago. I can't remember the details, but Amy007. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're going to wind up in a minute. This was just a quick one. I was hoping we were going to have, a bit more to go on, but that's okay. Dana Moral. Is that it? Is that the name? Escape Dana Moral? Oh, that's a TV show. Is that the TV show you mean? Escape at Dannemora? Let me see. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one, but looks interesting. Probably something that Insightful One would tell me about. She'd be like, have you seen that? And I'd be like, no. Oh, the other way around. Thanks, Top Secret to you. She was a corrections... Yeah, that's right. She was a corrections officer, and he was an inmate, right? And then she got him out, and then they went on the run. That's it. Thank you. You guys stoked my memory. Beth Serrano. Hey, Beth Serrano. Hi, everyone. On a short break from work, just popped in to give you a thumbs up and say hi. Thanks, Beth. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. The Thoris, hugs to you and Mrs. Ping. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good to see you. I hope your health is improving. I really do. It was a little scary there for a while. We didn't see you for 2 months. Reason I got kicked out. For what? Did Nightbot get you? He might have. He's pretty naughty. He's a naughty Nightbot. All right, let me just fix these links. I'll just double check we don't have something else. Oh, that's interesting. Do you guys want to see this? Wow. It says here, Bali elevator crash, 5 killed at popular resort. And apparently the lift cable snapped at the Bali resort, killing 5 people. Holy moly. Wow, that would have been devastating. Let's have a look. 5 young hotel workers have died after a steel lift cable snapped at a Bali resort and plunged them 100 meters down a steep embankment. The 2 men and 3 women were working in the housekeeping department at Ayatara Resort in Ubud district when they got into a glass-walled lift which runs on a track at a 35-degree slope about 1 p.m. on Friday. The workers were identified as a 20-year-old, 24-year-old, 19-year-old, 19-year-old, and 23-year-old. 2 of the staff died at the scene while the remaining 3 were alive and transported to hospital but shortly died after. Wow. So was it like under maintenance or something? There we go. That's a weird elevator. Look at that. Can we make that get bigger? Yes, we can. That's very interesting. It's almost like a train thing where they do the pulley lift up there. It doesn't really look like an elevator, does it? That is interesting. Oh, there we go. They're saying the elevator runs on the track and transports both tourists and workers between the upper sections of the hotel, high up on the ridge, and the resort facilities at ground level. It says the elevator was popular on Instagram as an attraction and offering viewers a surrounding landscape view. So we can have a look. Maybe we can see. There you go. You can see going down it. It is pretty steep, actually. If that just gave way, that would really, really hurt. You wouldn't be going this slow. You'd be flying because the weight would be left off it. Is it playing us another one? Oh, no. Oh, that's very sad. They're pulling the bodies up. I don't think... that's terrible. We don't need to watch that. Yeah, so there you can see the front page report that there you go. That's that metal cable that they use, and it just snapped in half. That must have been from degradation or a fault. These cables are normally rated for 10 times the weight that the most people can fit in the device. They're normally, hundreds of thousands of pounds. So I can't imagine that would be just from anything. Hey, Sienna. Hello, everyone. I'll go back and be part of the replay crew. Yes, to my replay crew, I love you guys. They leave so many amazing comments and nice things for me. I appreciate it. Who is messaging me? Okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna wind up. Let you guys have a rest before Trish comes on. She'll be on in about an hour. About an hour. What did you guys think of the 8 p.m. show? Do you prefer this, or do you prefer when I come on it, like after Trish? Or is that too late? Do you prefer the morning shows? Let me know, because still trying to tune in a time of when we can do this, because I can't go at 10 o'clock because Trish is on. And then, you know, I just wanted to check this again before we go, because we cannot get super chats until we get to, I think it's 1,000 subs and like 5,000 watch hours or something like that. So I will check the PayPal one last time, because we had someone very nice send one in before. And I think it's just our friend Mary L. It is our friend Mary L. Mary L, thank you so much for the donation. I really do appreciate it. And it helps keep this channel producing new shows. When people do that, it allows me to do more shows more often. And, I'd like to do that too. So BC says, I like the early. Sienna says, I'm good with either time. I really enjoy being here with you all. We like having you here too. Thanks for being here. Emily Narb says, before is my vote. Either that or thanks. The other one I was thinking of is like a 9 a.m. show in America time. I can come on at nighttime Australian time, like about 11 o'clock at night, and do 2 hours for a morning show in America. I'm not sure if that's something people would be interested in, like a morning news, morning true crime news type show. It is something I've been sort of toying with the idea with for a while, because there's not a lot of people who do morning shows. So yeah, so let me know. Hey, Sharebear, good to see you. Thanks for the cookie. I appreciate it. And it's nice to have you in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm filling in for Trish 2 nights this week, but maybe after that, we can look at doing a 9 a.m. morning show in America, just as a once-off. We'll see if people like it or not, and we'll see. Because I'm a night person. I'm up quite late most nights, rather than this is quite early for me to do it at 10 a.m. So we will see. Nana Lana says, I'm awake either time, so whatever works for Ping and you all. Okay, well, for the other people who see it on the replay, please leave a comment about your preference, and we'll try a few things and we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes, my friend. Oh, wait, hold on. It's something just buzzed. Give me 1 second. I want to let you go, but I don't want someone to feel bad. Oh, it's my friend Laura G. Laura G, thanks, Pings. You don't have to ever apologize, and you don't ever have to give anything. I just check it so people don't. I don't want to. The one thing I don't like is when someone does send in a donation and I don't catch it, and then I'm not on for like 5 nights, and I don't come back till Sunday. I feel terrible all week. I feel awful. Like I go, oh, that person sent in a really nice donation, and they must think I'm horrible because I haven't said thank you to them in like 5 nights. And the first time I get on a Sunday, I'm gonna tell that person how nice they are and thank you very much. Like, that's the kind of thoughts that go through my head because I feel terrible for people. Hey, Danny Mitchell, good to see you, buddy. The morning in America might be difficult. Okay, I guess people have to go to work and get ready and stuff like that. Same as tonight, Ping. Okay. Yeah. So you guys don't have to be rich. It's okay. Like I said, it's more because I feel bad for not mentioning people because it happened to me one time, and I really was like really upset about it all week because people, it's their hard-earned money or whatever, and I don't want them to feel like they didn't get their little, you know, bit of a shout out and attention and thank yous, and I hate that, and I hate having to wait like 5 nights to do it. So well, I have my own channel now, so we don't have to do that, but that'll make it easier for sure. Anyway, I appreciate you all. Uh, Trish will be on in an hour with the Insightful One, and then I think it's tomorrow night and the night after, I will be on Web Sleuth Live doing the night show 2 days in a row. So you'll be able to catch me there. And I like I said, if we get anything urgent about Aaron Patterson and the mushroom investigation, I will come on instantly on the live show. If it breaks news, like big news about it, I will make a live show and go live straight away. So anyways, I will let you all go. Get an hour to relax, and then you'll get more True Crime with Trish in about, I don't know, yeah, about an hour. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon. Hey, if this guy gets captured, you might even see me jump on this afternoon. If we get some sort of big breaking news, we'll see. Okay, but until then, see you later. Thank you for joining me on this very early show, and have a good rest of your night. Thank you. See ya.